Hello, everybody. How are you today? So, today I want to talk about global surgical packages. So, welcome back to the Coding Coach. If you don't already, follow me on Instagram at the Coding Coach _ CPC. You can also follow me on Facebook, Dynamic Medical Billing and Coding Group on Facebook. So today, in my future classes or workshops or sessions, we're going to get more into CPT coding. I've done a lot of ICD-10 classes or workshops, HCC workshops. I have one going now. One just finished this past weekend. Also, if you want to attend the HCC workshop, this is a 2-day, 5-hour workshop that's going to help you pass any pre-employment assessment HCC exam. You can click the link in the Instagram bio. You can click the link, in the description box here. I'll drop it below. I'll also drop the description in the description box, the links to the Facebook, the Instagram, the Eventbrite ticket, and things like that. So now, as I was saying, I'm going to get more into CPT coding because CPT, which is your procedure code. So I'll say procedure codes as a reference from now on through this video. So procedure coding is most of the CPC exam. You have your 10,000s through your 60,000. And then you have your evaluation and management codes, which are procedure codes or CPT codes. So most of the CPC exam is going to be CPT coding. So today I want to talk about the global surgical package. So if you don't do surgery coding, listen, this is something new that you will learn. If you do code for surgery, then you may know some of these things and you may not know some of these things, but they are relevant to your job if you are a surgery coder. Doesn't matter which kind of surgery, whether it's cardiology, urology, gynecology, it doesn't matter. Surgery is surgery. CPT codes are procedure codes. So this is across the board. So what a global surgical package is. So a global surgical, and I have notes here. So if you see me looking down, I've prepared some notes and things like this. Of course, I can't remember everything in my brain. So the global surgical package is a single payment for all care associated with a surgical procedure. The payment is based on 3 phases of the surgical procedure. So basically, I'm saying a global surgical package is a package that the doctor, the practice, the facility, they're getting one payment, and it's called a surgical package. And remember, I just said there are 3 phases of the surgical package. The 3 phases are preoperative evaluation, intraoperative procedure, and postoperative care for either 0 days, 10 days, or 90 days. So I am basically saying the surgical package, when they're receiving one payment, is going to include any pre-op like testing, blood work, x-rays, anything they have to do pre-operative before your operation, before your procedure. So that's going to be included in the package. So anything that happens during surgery when they actually do the procedure, that's included in the global package. And any post-op, so you know how you have to follow up after surgery. You know, if you get some stitches, you have to get those removed. So things like that, anything that you have to follow up with after the surgery, that includes your post-operative care. So they're basically saying that the doctor, the facility, the clinician, or whoever is not going to get an individual payment for before the procedure, the actual procedure, and the follow-up care. No. You're going to get one payment that's going to come in a package for all 3 of those things. Okay. So the current CPT Manual, which is produced by the AMA, which is the American Medical Association, it gives an overview of the definition of the surgical package. The definition outlines what is considered incidental or included in the surgical package, but does not go into great detail. Because the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, which is CMS, since they've outlined a detailed description of what is considered incidental or included in the global surgical package, most insurance companies tend to follow the decisions by CMS. So basically, they're saying in the CPT book, there's not a lot of detail about what's included inside of the global package. So, however, on the CMS website or through CMS, or you can get the information there, they're saying that there's lots of detailed information about what's included in the surgical package, what's considered incidental, like any complications. This was an incident of the surgery. So they have more details on CMS website or through CMS. And they're saying that all other insurance companies follow the CMS guidelines when it comes to the surgical package because CMS has more detailed policies regarding the surgical package. So there are 3 types of procedures that have a surgical package. The 3 types of procedures that carry a global surgical package include simple, minor, and major procedures. Again, 3 types of procedures that got a global package. So if you're wondering if this surgery or this procedure, is it a global package included? It's 3 types. You have a simple, minor, and major procedures. So the simple procedures. Simple procedures have 0 global period. You remember I told you it was 0 days, 10 days, or 90 days. So when you get a simple procedure done, it's usually no follow-up that's really required. There's nothing included in the surgical package as far as a lot of post-operative care, things like that. So there is no pre-op or post-op period. So the global period is the only day of the procedure. So with simple procedures, as I said, you don't need a pre-op. You don't need a post-op. The only thing included in the simple procedure surgical package is the actual procedure itself. Unless, now you know in coding, there's a lot of unless, a lot of exceptions to the rule. That's why you have to look at the instructional notes and things like that, because you'll think it's one way and then you'll be coding it this way, and then there was an instructional note that you were supposed to read. So there is no pre-op or post-op. So the global period for a simple procedure is just that day. So I'll take my glasses out because I see the shadow or whatever. So just that day, unless special circumstances exist, a visit on the same day as surgery is not payable. Which saying, you have a doctor's visit on the same day your surgery, it's not payable if you have that visit because they're going to pay for the surgery. So services are generally simple, minor procedures, and some endoscopic procedures. So they're saying what's included in simple procedures, some minor procedures, maybe stitches or something like that, and some endoscopic procedures. So secondly, we have minor surgical procedures. So for minor surgical procedures, we have a 10-day global period, which means everything is going to be done. We give you 10 days inside of this package. That's what that basically means. So for a minor surgical procedure, which is a 10-day global period, there's no pre-operative period. So the global period starts the day of the procedure. So if it's a minor procedure, you don't need pre-op. So what's included is the day of the procedure again. And the same rules apply as far as unless there's a special circumstance that exists and a visit on the same day as surgery is not payable. But there are 11 days in the global surgical package beginning the day of the procedure and then 10 days following it. So the follow-up has to be within those 10 days to end up getting paid. See, now a lot of people think billing and coding is the same thing. Billing is one thing, coding is another thing. But you kind of need to know both in order to kind of know all the intricate pieces of the revenue cycle. So although this will be typically more billing, it's also coding as well because you have to apply the CPT codes. And it's also about knowing the surgical periods and things like that as far as billing, when you can get paid or when it's not payable for insurance companies. So, excuse me. So I'll have some billing classes also coming like during the summer, the fall, things like that. I'll have some classes geared toward those people who are trying to get their CPB, which is the Certified Professional Biller. So now we're on to the major surgical procedures. This is the 90-day global period. So there is a 1 day of pre-op care. So the global period starts the day prior to the surgery. So your pre-op has to be the day before, which is included in this global package. And it starts the day prior to the surgery. So care on the day of surgery is included in the global period, unless the decision to perform the surgery was made during the visit on this day. And then you're going to use modifier 57. I'll say that again. Care on the day of the surgery. It's included in this global package, unless the decision to perform the surgery was made during the visit. Let's say the person came in to see the doctor. They had an earache and they just thought they had an ear infection. They just want to check it out, give me some medicine, send me home. But the doctor said, no, something is going on with your ear and I need to do some surgery right now. So that's the decision made on that day, and you will append a modifier 57. I'm going to have a free modifier class. Follow me on those other platforms, and I'm going to have a free 90-minute modifier class coming up soon. Free. So, also, there are 92 days in the global surgical period, beginning the day before the procedure, the day of the procedure, and 90 days following. So that you have the 90-day window, like, let's say we had 0 to 10 or 90. So we have 90 days included in major surgery or major surgery procedures or surgical procedures. So we get to 92 because it's going to include the day before the surgery and the day of the surgery, and then you have 90 days. So service provided to the patient pre-op, during the operation, and post-op are considered part of this global surgical package and are included in the cost of the surgery, whether it's rendered by the surgeon or by members of the same medical group within the same specialty. So let's talk about splitting the surgical global package, because I know one of your questions is probably going to be, well, what if the patient sees the doctor for the pre-op during the surgery, but they see somebody else for the post-op? So now let's talk about splitting the global surgical package. And that's going to be in video 2, part 2. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you get on all those other platforms. Look out for my workshops. Look out for information that I'm posting that's going to help you pass your medical coding exams, whether it's the CRC, the CPC, COC, CBP, CPB, ABC. So whatever it is, just join my platforms on Instagram, Facebook. We have a lot of information that we always give away. So we're going to go into part 2 of the video next. So as soon as you click off of this one, just click on the next one for part 2 of the global surgical package.